guests, friends, families, parents, and children of the graduating students to please observe utmost solemnity during the ceremony. Please observe silence. No shouting or loud talks, please. May we remind parents to take care of their kids, their children. No eating, shouting, crying, running, or walking around inside the hooding area. Please turn off your cell phones or put them in silent mode. Only official photographers are allowed to take photos. Please do not go in front or on the side to take photos with the graduating students and guests. We have the UPLP graduate student volunteers to assist us in maintaining order and solemnity of the ceremony. Again, please observe utmost solemnity. Thank you for your cooperation. We will start the hooding ceremonies with the processional to be led by the Marshal, the Secretary of the Graduate School, Dr. Mark Arboleda, to be followed by the PhD and Master's candidates. Again, may we remind everyone to please observe solemnity of the ceremony. advisors and of the PhD candidates and members of the UPLB graduate faculty. Next in the processional are the advisors of the PhD candidates and members of the UPLB graduate faculty. Let's welcome the college and school deans, Dr. Enrico P. Supanco, Dean, College of Agriculture. Dr. Felino P. Lansigan, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Maria Teresa H. Velasco, Dean, College of Development Communication. Dr. Isabelita M. Pabuayo, Dean, College of Economics and Management. Dr. Arnold R. Elepaño, Dean, College of Engineering and Agro-Industrial Technology. Dr. Willie P. Abasolo, Dean, College of Forestry and Natural Resources. Dr. Raden G. Piadoso, Dean, College of Human Ecology. Dr. Virginia R. Cardenas, Dean, College of Public Affairs and Development. Dr. Eduardo Torres, Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine. And Dr. Decibel F. Eslava, Dean, School of Environmental Science and Management. And the Dean of UPLB Graduate School and Chair of the Graduate Academic Advisory Council, Dr. Jose V. Camacho Jr. Let's welcome the Vice Chancellors, Dr. Portia G. Lapitan, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Crisanto A. Dorado, Vice Chancellor for Administration, Dr. Marish S. Madlangbayan, Vice Chancellor for Planning and Development, Dr. Shirley Baroga Hamias, Vice Chancellor for Community Affairs. Next, the University Registrar, Dr. Mirna Karandang, holding the University Maze. University of the Philippines System is represented by Dr. J. Prospero de Vera III, Vice President for Public Affairs. Next, let's welcome the UP Board of Regent member, the Honorable Alex Mejia of UPLB Staff Regent. Let's welcome the UPLB Chancellor, Dr. Fernando C. Sanchez Jr. And let us welcome our guest of honor and speaker, Dr. Chamnian Yosraj, President, Major University, Thailand. Dr. Chamnian Yosraj is an alumnus of UPLB Graduate School, Master of Science and PhD in Animal Science in 1983 and 1990. Dr. Chamnian Yosraj.
kita pasisihin sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mamagaw. May nilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin ng araw niyang kailan pamay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng may ating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Gunan! Na! Gunan! Na! Gunan! Na! Ko! Oh! Gunan! Na! Gunan! Na!
Saglit lang, ma'am. Si Chancellor mag- Thank you.
To our Honorable Regent Alex Mejia, to Vice President J. Prospero de Vera, to our guest speaker, Dr. Chamnian Yosraj, President of Mejo University, Thailand, to the Dean of the UPLB Graduate School, Dr. Jose Camacho Jr., to the members of the faculty and staff of the UPLB Graduate School, to our guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon. To our students, congratulations. After beating numerous research paper deadlines, reading tall piles of paper, spending hours in the laboratory, and staying up until the wee hours reviewing for the comprehensive examination, you will now be awarded your graduate degree. Your graduate degree is a testament to the higher level of knowledge that you have achieved through studying here in UP Los Baños. You managed to achieve this despite the demands of commitments outside your life in the university, particularly those of work and family. And for that, you deserve to be commended even more. Whatever path you take after graduation, you will be taking with you not only your new degree, but also the insights that you have gained during your stay here in UPLB. Insights you will carry with you when you return to your respective provinces, institutions, companies, and countries. You are now faced with the challenge of putting your higher degree to good use. UPLB has prepared you to become leaders who have the intellectual capacity and the heart to contribute to your respective communities. We encourage you to use the knowledge you gained in the university not only in pursuing academic and intellectual endeavors, but also in addressing social concerns. UPLB aims to be a globally competitive graduate and research university that contributes to national development. Little by little, we are turning this vision into reality. We have drafted blueprints for modern facilities that will cater to the needs of scholars, Filipino and foreign, particularly our graduate students. We are forging ties with leading universities and research institutions in Asia to enhance the curriculum and to further encourage research partnership and the strengthening of networks. The university is also bolstering its extension programs so that we may effectively reach more far-flung areas where we can introduce UPLB developed technologies that can help improve the lives of farmers, fisher folks, and rural communities. We want ultimately to produce graduates who not only are competent and confident on their intellectual skills, but who also are attuned to the needs of their communities and are ready to heed the call of public service. We hope that you, new graduates, will become the embodiment, the fulfillment of the University of the Philippines vision. I am confident that you will exceed expectations and realize your dreams. Again, congratulations, UPLB Graduate School Class of 2016. May honor and excellence always inspire you. We wish you the best in all your endeavors. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Dr. Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., Chancellor UP Los Baños, members of the graduate faculty, deans, distinguished guests, UP Vice President Prospero de Vera, Regent Alex Mejia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present the members of the graduating class of the UP Los Baños Graduate School.
UP officials, graduate students, faculty, guests, good afternoon. It is with great pride and honor for me to introduce our guest speaker in this hooding and recognition ceremony. Our guest speaker today, Assistant Professor Dr. Chamnian Yosraj, is currently the president of the Maijo University. He obtained his Master of Science in Animal Science in 1983 and his doctorate degree in Animal Science in 1990. Where else but from the most prestigious agricultural college in the Philippines, the College of Agriculture, UPLB. He was mentored by one of the best professors of the then Institute of Animal Science and now the Animal and Dairy Sciences Cluster of the College of Agriculture, no other than the late Elpidio Coligado. As the saying goes, a good tree bears good fruits. In animal science, we also have, in animal breeding we also have what we call an equation. Phenotype is equal to genotype plus environment plus the interaction between genotype and environment. Professor Chamnian, when he came here, already had the genotype, and it was only Dr. Coligado and the Animal and Dairy Sciences Cluster that provided the environment for him in order for him to reach his heights. Over the years, Dr. Chamnian has assisted in developing more than 50 academic courses for all the undergraduate and postgraduate studies. These courses were designed to promote sustainable agriculture. Today, Maijo University is the first and only educational institution in Thailand that has attempted to achieve an academic excellence in this field. It is often said that when thinking of agriculture, then think of Maijo University. Dr. Chamnian has also established many national research centers for agricultural and environmental development, such as the Longan Center, Maijo Natural Farming, Maijo Pol, Tourism Training and Consulting Service Center, and the Socio-Environmental Design Service Center. These centers help shape Thailand's development in terms of agriculture and environment. Maijo University is now regarded as the leading institution for national research in agriculture and environment. Dr. Chamnian has also promoted Maijo University research and innovation. Just recently, Maijo University was awarded with the 2014 Gold Medal for International Warsaw Invention Show, given in Warsaw, Poland. In 2015, it was also awarded with another gold medal from the first World Invention Innovation Contest held in Seoul, South Korea. The most important perspective and vision of Dr. Chamnian for Maijo University is for it to become a university of life, to serve the global community. He envisioned that Maijo University will focus strategically on research for building and developing agriculture innovations in areas such as rice research and organic agriculture, as well as providing academic services to society. Although Maijo University is an agriculturally based higher education institute, the university also aims to be a learning center that connects with people, communities, and nations in everyday life. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our guest speaker, the President of Maijo University, Assistant Professor Dr. Chamnian Yosraj.
Dr. Fernando Sanchez, Chancellor, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Vice Chancellors, Deans, Directors, or Administrators, friends, colleagues, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Magandang hapon. Sawadee krap. So thank you so much to Dr. Enrico Supanko, Dean College of Agriculture, for a very great explanation about me. I am absolutely delighted to be back here once again and to see my old friends and colleagues of the College of Agriculture of UP Los Baños. And it is my great honor to be invited to give a speech to you, the graduating students. As a former CIACA scholar and alumnus of this prestigious college, I have been in the same place that you are in today. First of all, I would like to sincerely congratulate you on this remarkable success. You should be very proud of yourself. Only hard work and determination could help you get through and earn this. One of the greatest achievements of your life. Graduating from a college and earning a degree is certainly not the end of your learning. It is rather the beginning of a lifelong learning process. There are so many more things that you will learn as you navigate your path to success in the real world. So never stop learning and practicing. Try to overcome every obstacle and do not be afraid to fail. It's a part of the journey. As you are postgraduates, you are all grown-ups. So what I am about to say is a bit philosophical, but ultimately, this is the truth about wise ways to create the best life possible. I hope you can understand it. First, nothing, and I repeat, nothing is permanent. Everything comes and goes. All of your wealth, your health, your frame, your emotions, your enemies, your loved ones, those you love or hate, and everyone and everything else is subject to change. Second, as all things are impermanent, they often cause difficulties and sadness. Nothing in the physical and mental world can bring lasting satisfaction. Everything brings only temporary happiness. Sooner or later, when it is over, it might not be what it seems, and you might be sad. And third, what defines you? What makes you, you? And do you really exist? It is important to realize that what we call a being, or an individual, or I, is only a convenient name or a label given to them or to us. Everything in our lives is impermanent or constantly changing. Can you control yourself not to get old, not to feel hungry, or not to love someone? It is a fact of life that may not be easy to consider. But this doesn't mean life is so sad and so bad. All that happiness, success, and bliss are bad. All that is wrong to enjoy them. If you feel happy, then enjoy feeling happy. Just don't cling to it. Do not get attached or carried away by things or people. The real world changes all the time. So be prepared to adapt to everything around you. That's one of the most essential factors in being successful. In order to adapt, you have to be willing to take risks. So be willing to change in order to make the world a better place. Take risks for a better life, for a kinder world, and for a happier society. These days, people talk about being green a lot. This is another important way that society has to adapt in order to help our world. Do not just think of being green as something you have to do physically. It is also about being good, kind, and ethical to people and to the environment. It is something that comes from inside your heart. Some of you will definitely go on and make a big difference to society. You can do whatever you want to do. If it is a good thing and it is beneficial to others, then go ahead and do it. Set your own goals and follow them. Time is so valuable that once it's gone, that's it. So do not waste your time. Focus on your goals and you will accomplish them. Again, I am very happy for you and your family. Best of success to you all. Thank you very much. So, salamat po. Mabuhay. ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณครับ
to receive the plaque of appreciation. May I call Chancellor Sanchez and Dean Camacho to award the plaque of appreciation. The plaque reads, Graduate School UPLB presents this plaque of appreciation to Dr. Chamnian Yosraj for serving as guest speaker and for inspiring the graduates during the 10th UPLB Graduate School Hooding and Recognition Ceremonies given this 24th day of June 2016 during the recognition and hooding ceremonies of the UPLB Graduate School at DL Umali Hall, UPLB College, Laguna, Philippines. Signed, Jose V. Camacho Jr., Dean of Graduate School, Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., Chancellor. We shall now proceed with the awarding of certificates and recognition of candidates for the master's degree programs. For the Master in Public Affairs and Education Management, Fernando Cruzat Comilla. For the candidate, Master in Public Affairs in Education Management, Kenneth Robles Dalisay. For the candidate, Public Affairs in Education Management, Christopher Aaron Saveron de Leon. Wichel Pearl Columbres Destura. Algin Pacol Dolotina. John Aires Imatong Malahito. Aina Bernadette Cabrera Milan. For the Master in Public Affairs in Strategic Planning and Public Policy, Amy Valencia Flores. Ambrosio Palis Lapis. For the candidate Master in Public Affairs in Strategic Planning and Public Policy, Sonny Pavan Liampa Chan. For the candidate, Master in Veterinary Epidemiology, Marieta Quintos Amatorio. Master in Veterinary Epidemiology candidate, Maria Amy Bauzon de Villa. Miss Heidi Escueta Torio. For the candidates, Master of Development Management and Governance, Jocelyn Tolentino Belin. Maria Teresa Santos David. Miss Rita Rowena Baguio Laquinon. Miss Dana Jean Javier Kimbo. For the candidate in Master of Forestry and Forest Resource Management, Mr. Noel Lucas Tolentino. For the Master Candidate in Information Technology, Tomas Bardenas Cabagay Jr. Miss Monina Gazelle Charina Beduya Karandang. Miss Venus Dahunan Retuya. Miss Gladys Dote Tilan. For the candidates, Master of Management in Agribusiness Management and Entrepreneurship, Ms. Angelica May Rodil de Juras. Ms. Jamaica Angelica Palo de Riquito. For the candidates, Master of Management in Business Management, Ms. Eliza Harino Borromeo. Ms. Maria Rowena Aala Buena. Ms. Jewel Joanna Sargento Cabardo. Ms. Iris Jem Abihar Cachuela. Mr. Mark Raymond Bitingco Edra. Ms. Rhea Lisette Bondad Guevara. Miss Hosanna Angela Cervantes Harmin. Mr. Mark Terence Alviar Liamson. Mr. Daryl Ferre Navales. Sorry, Miss Daryl Ferre Navales. Miss Mary Grace Aquino Rolyon. Miss Abigail Amarao Ruelo. Mr. Juan Paulino Junior Silva Tres Palacio. For the candidates, Master of Management in Development Management, Cheryl Cortez Micosa. For the candidate, Professional Masters in Tropical Marine Ecosystems Management, our very first, Annabel Loyola Cayabyab. For the candidate, Masters of Arts in Communication Arts, Pauline Gidget Risterio Estela. For the candidate, Master of Arts in Sociology, Ms. Rowena Placer de Guzman. Ms. Sheila May Tabirara Julianda. Mr. Mark Anthony Mujer Quintos. For the candidates, Master of Science in Agricultural Economics, Mr. Romiel John Pepe Basan. Ms. Zaira May Gomez Centino. For the candidates, Master of Science in Agricultural Engineering, Hazel James Pasion Angaray Ngay. Roger Carlo Andaya Ang. Michael Narciso Duldulao. Kainty Boy Vianya Magtoto. Rina Faye Versa Luna Mencede. Guillermo Panya Pantuhan. Yvonne Quiñones Polinar. Tony Ann May Cabreros Salcedo. For the candidate, Master of Science in Agrometeorology, Vicky Ann Acuesa Bagul Bagul. Miss Cherry May Castillo Cuevas. Miss Liza Joven Visitacion. For the candidates, Master of Science in Agronomy, Emmanuel Lagman Bernardo. Miss Joanna Payaquet Crosby. Mr. Lois Viernes Guitap. Miss Hazel Ann Fabriag Makahiya. For the candidates, Master of Science in Animal Science, Agrix Jerusalem Abililia. Dionilio Balais Abelia. Rudyard Marlo Ortiquero Cruz. His Precious Jewel Deriquito de la Cruz, recipient, Red Cross Youth Voluntary and Humanitarian Service Award. Miss Carla Aleli Arellano Lonto. Mylen Dungo Pineda. Mr. Francis Carlo Castro Reyes. Noel de la Cruz Salazar. Mr. Ong Patiani. For the candidates, Master of Science in Applied Nutrition, Maribel Belen Almanza. Miss Teresa Narvaez Avila. Miss Rachel Gay Abenita Blanco. Miss Maria Rosa Agatha Hunsay Ermino. Miss Ana Mithuzela Daculo Espigol. Miss Leia Mendoza Felizmino. Miss Sarah Piluden Garcia. Joyce Luis Cruz Ignacio. Miss Diane Buligon Joaquin. Mr. Reynaldo Loho Magpantay Jr. Miss Heidi Nares Puerto. For the candidates, Master of Science in Biochemistry, Dexter Paigmani Pajarito. For the candidate, Master of Science in Chemical Engineering. For the candidates, Master of Science in Chemistry, Elgin Vigilia San Gabriel. Mr. Reynan Fiel Gatus Suyong. Mr. Raymond Fernando Udoy Yu. For the candidates, Master of Science in Computer Science, John Patrick Villajuan Albacea. Mr. Juan Miguel Jose Bawagan III. Miss Maureen Lindell Comedia Lauron. Miss Caroline Natalie Momongan Peralta. Mr. James Carlo Escaran Claras. Mr. Joe Ramir Agnes Ramirez. For the candidates, Master of Science in Development Communication, Alithea Garcia Canubas. Miss Juvie Nasino Copela. Miss Lee Chamro Eun. Miss Marifit Tandang Magsino. Miss Minji Na. Miss Jonaline Colliantes Paz. Mr. John Justin C. Rodriguez. For the candidates, Master of Science in Economics, Donald Bagnes Villanueva. Mr. Christian Marvin Bello Zamora. For the candidates, Master of Science in Entomology, Miss Jenna Joy Gomez Apolinario. Miss Karen Principe Ardes. Miss Michelle Soleza Guerrero. Miss Justine Bennett Hubo Miliado. Miss Saranya Sawang Pop. For the candidates, Master in Science in Environmental Science, Ana Corita Eliquino Abasolo. Diane Stephanie Montero Bagi. Jericho Stefan Ranoco Bigornia. Jamson Garrett Kagayutan Bonggaling. Rosa Buena Aoanan Capuno. Miss Julie Rose Suganov Degamo. Miss Arnica Lorenzo de Guzman. Miss Mr. John Mark Azurin Encinares. Ms. Regine Joy Pantig Evangelista. Ms. Abigail Marquez Javier. Ms. Maria Bernice Carmela Bawi Likigan. Mr. Jason Alessandro Corpus Manilay. Ms. Cherry Luz Detal Moico. Ms. Feta Safon Tanasa. Mr. John Vincent Rosales Pleto. Ms. Perlin Magbuo Pulhin. Ms. Clarissa Del Rosario Ruzol. Mr. Alvi Micena Torres. Ms. Joan Palmaria Orquiola. For the candidates, Master of Science in Education, Ms. Elma Sapin Mananes. For the candidate, Master of Science in Food Science, Kenneth Joseph Chan Borreros. Miss Katrina Lara de la Llana Marquez. Mr. Justin Godfred Bantilan Peralta. Mr. Feliz Luis Dimapilis Salazar. Miss Pamela Ray Mislos Tadeo. Miss Ira Sharida Cosbilio Villapando. For the candidates, Master of Science in Forestry, Forest Biological Science, Ms. Christine Ofrecio Abenis. Mr. John Paulo Tihana Polisco. Mr. Dennis Empeño Bulan. Mr. Enrico Llamas Replan. Mr. Arthur Glenn Agoho Umali. For the candidates, Master of Science in Forestry, Forest Resources Management, Ms. Hani Thailan Martin. For the candidates, Master of Science in Forestry, Silviculture, and Forest Influences, Ms. Michelle Palejon del Rosario. Ms. Pura Beatriz Samson Valle. For the candidates, Master of Science in Forestry, Wood Science and Technology, Master of Science in Genetics, Mr. Wilson Florendo Aala Jr. For the candidates, Master of Science in Genetics, Joanne Christine Opiana Adahar. Mr. Roslyn Sarming Anacleto. Mr. Wilfredo Binata Barrera Jr. Ms. Pauline Canlas Capistrano. Ms. Margaret Paligayan Catolos. Ms. Jean Louise Coxon Damo. Ms. Natalie Tumagan del Agua. Ms. Diane Rose Rogelio Gonzalez. Mr. Dan Joseph Cordova Logroño. For the candidates, Master of Science in Horticulture, Juan Fernandez Agustin. Mr. Ryan Rodrigo Paner Tayobong. For the candidates, Master of Science in Mathematics, Ms. Ivy Carol Belaro Lomerio. Destiny Santa Maria Lutero. For the candidates, Master of Science in Microbiology, Maria Teresa Jona Abisamis Atienza. Cristel May del Rosario Perdigon. Ms. Sheila Marie Ines Celisana. For the candidates, Master of Science in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, Eldrin de los Reyes Arguelles. Ms. Filiona Belza Bautista. Mr. Robert Alejandro Nepomuceno. Ms. Riomi Demetrio Opiasa. Ms. Jovian Patichikoy Valera. For the candidates, Master of Science in Natural Resources Conservation, Ms. Banji Codilano Sarmiento. Mr. Alden Palacio Tagarino. For the candidates, Master of Science in Plant Breeding, Jefferson Figueres Paril. Ms. Kimberly Suaso Ponce. For the candidates, Master of Science in Plant Pathology, Ana Rose Ambao Elicot. Mary Joy Cuevas Mendoza. Ms. Celine Ramirez Ocampo. Ms. Yula James Mateo Oreiro. Ms. Perlane Gabaldon Kime. Ms. Regina Faye Castro Sandoval. For the candidate, Master of Science in Rural Sociology. For the candidate, Master of Science in Soil Science, Mr. Jim Louis Palabrica Alburo. Ms. Mel Crisel Aranya Sales. For the candidate, Master of Science in Statistics, Rian Len Clemenya Arlan. For the candidates, Master of Science in Veterinary Medicine, Glenn Lasaka Kalipus. Miss Carla Christine Caliano Doisabas. Miss Nobeline Revicencio Whiteway. For the candidates, Master of Science in Zoology, Sandy Ray Okaya Bradesina. Jonel Mangente Coral. Lian J. Subade Manceras. Miss Kathleen Noriel Ordonez. Maria Angelica Aguilar Tuhan. We would like to call on stage the recipients of the Pahinungod Volunteers Pin. We'd like to call on Ms. Alitea Canubas, MS Development Communication, Mr. Jericho Alcantara, Mr. Jericho Alcantara, MS Chemical Engineering, Ms. Destiny Lutero, MS Mathematics. Okay. Allow me to read the citation. Ugnayan ng Pahinungod Pin. Ang Pahinungod Pin ay ginagawad sa mga natatanging nagsipagtapos na nagsilbing volunteer ng universidad. Sila ay may mga namumukod tanging mag-aaral na nagbigay ng oras at kakayahan, talino at pagmamalasakit upang tugunan ang tawag ng oblasyon na paglingkuran ang mga maralitang komunidad at sektor ng lipunan. Sa kanilang sakripisyo, sa kanilang pag-aalay ng kagalingan at sarili, patuloy nabubuhay ang tunay na diwa at kaluluwa ng Universidad ng Pilipinas na maglilingkod sa bayan ng walang hinihinging kapalit. Sa kanilang maliliit na paraan, sila ay nagsisilbing higanting simbolo ng pamantasan ng bayan at mga tagapagdala ng mensahe ng pag-asa at kaunlaran. We would now like to recognize the recipients of the Academic Achievement Award. I would like to call on Mr. Mark Anthony Quintos, MA Sociology candidate, advisor, Professor Augustos Anunuevo. Thank you. Miss. Miss Hazel F. Makahiya, MS Agronomy, Professor, Advisor, Professor Pompe Santa Cruz. Next, I would like to call on Ms. Pauline Gijet R. Estella, candidate, MA Communication Arts, Advisor, Professor Jerry Yapo. To be assisted by Professor Stella Tirol. I would like to call on Mr. Guillermo P. Pantuhan, candidate, MS Agricultural Engineering, Advisor, Dr. Arnold Elipanio. I would like to call on Mr. Jefferson F. Paril, candidate, MS Plant Breeding, to be assisted by Professor Prompe Santa Cruz. Now we would like to confer the Academic Excellence Award to Ms. Glyza J. Visitacion, candidate, Professor of Science in Agrometeorology, Advisor, Professor Ronaldo B. Saludes. For having obtained the highest general weighted average among graduating students of a master's degree for academic year 2005 and 2016, given this 24th day of June 2016 during the recognition and hooding ceremonies of the UPLB Graduate School at DL Umali Hall, UPLB, College Laguna, Philippines. Signed, Jose V. Camacho Jr., Dean of the Graduate School, and Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., Chancellor.
Distinguished guests, administrators, members of the faculty, families, friends, members of the graduating class, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. When I first set foot in this great institution, I, just like some of you, was merely a wide-eyed student who was eager to taste the kind of education that UP can offer. I only wanted to learn as much as I can and to enjoy the experience of being taught by the best professors in the land. Today, I am deeply honored and humbled to address you on behalf of the Master's graduating class. My dear fellow graduates, I would like to congratulate you for this success. This is our moment of affirmation. As we earn our degrees, let us remember to be grateful and give back to those who have helped us get where we are today. To the Lord Almighty for enabling us achieve what we have today. To our families and friends for their unending love and support. To our professors and staff of the graduate school for their time, effort, and guidance. And to our benefactors for granting us the opportunity to study here in UPLB. UP does not only offer exceptional training for the mind, but also for the heart and soul. That's why, as scholar ng bayan, let me remind you, fellow Iska or Isko, to repay our country by giving genuine service as we go back to our own communities. For me, genuine service must include these 7 elements. First, S for selflessness. In this time of selfie and groupie, it is easy to focus only on our individual and group welfare and be oblivious to the plight of our suffering countrymen. Genuine service entails heartfelt sharing of our talents and capabilities for the betterment of others. Second, E for excellence. Genuine service has no place for mediocrity because when we do not exert enough talent and effort, it shows our unwillingness to serve. When we go back to our workplace, let us show the distinctive quality performance of a UP graduate. Third, R for respect. Service involves respect for the laws of the land and respect for the human dignity of our clientele. Professionals and people in authority should exemplify fairness and courtesy to everyone, regardless of gender, color, religion, status, or affiliation. Fourth, V for volunteerism. We are all being called to volunteer towards addressing serious issues and challenges, such as poverty, inequality, climate change, and environmental degradation. We should endeavor on worthy causes without expecting anything in return. Fifth, I for integrity. Nothing should ever be achieved or accomplished without honesty. Rewards and accolades, when received with a clear conscience, are sweeter and more fulfilling. Sixth, C for courage. In order to really serve, we must have the courage to face our fears, to overcome our imperfections, and to conquer obstacles. We are all imperfect, and we can't be strong all the time. But we can always stop God and our loved ones as constant sources of strength. Lastly, E for enthusiasm. May we always keep our passion towards our chosen careers. And may we always have the capability and willingness to serve with a smile. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.
We will now witness the placing of hoods to PhD candidates in various degree programs. May I request the advisors, co-advisors to accompany their advisees on the stage. For the candidate for the Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural Economics, Ms. Fizoy Luz Caga Dicena. Advisor, Professor Isabelita M. Pabuayon. Ms. Prosi Borel Sobriviñas, again to be assisted by the advisor, Professor Isabelita M. Pabuayon. Miss Mary Evelyn Rose Guzman Romero, Advisor, Professor Jose M. Yorobe Jr. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural Engineering, Ms. Adelisa Abanyo Dorado. Advisor, Professor Engelbert K. Peralta. Mr. Arthur Libang Fajardo, Advisor, Professor Delphine C. Suministrado. Ms. Melanie Blanco Ocreto, Advisor, Professor Arnold R. Elepaño. Mr. Rafael Juan Padre, Advisor, Professor Victor B. Elia. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Agronomy, Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez Garcia. Advisor, Professor Pompe C. Santa Cruz, and Professor Yuichiro Kato. Candidate, Doctor in Philosophy and Agronomy, Janet Padayos Pablo. Be assisted again by Advisor, Professor Pompe C. Santa Cruz and Professor Benoit Clerget. Mr. Uttam Kumar, Advisor, Professor Pompe C. Santa Cruz, and Professor Michael Dinkun. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy and Animal Science, Ms. Maridel Yanes Otris. Advisor, Professor Angel L. Lambio. Candidate, Doctor of Philosophy and Animal Science, Mr. Carlito de Araujo Malicode. Professor, Advisor, Professor Enrico P. Supamco. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Botany, Miat Mo Liang. Advisor, Professor Nina M. Cadiz. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Community Development, Ms. Marites Merida Buot. Advisor, Professor Virginia R. Cardenas. Candidate Doctor of Philosophy in Community Development, Mr. Tony Liston Putagalung. Advisor, Professor Josefina T. Dizon. Ms. Laila Di Mayuga Landicho, Advisor, Professor Josefina T. Dizon. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Development Communication, Ms. Vanessa Valle Castillo. Advisor, Professor Cleofe S. Torres. To be assisted by the Dean, Maria Teresa Velasco. Ms. Elie Espino Dinampo Lunzaga. Again, to be assisted by the committee member, Dean Maria Teresa Velasco. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Science, Ms. Maria Teresa Mersene Mutia. Advisor, Professor Macrina T. Zafaralia. Ms. Maria Jeanette Garcia Librero, Advisor, Professor Maria Victoria O. Espaldon. Ms. Lorena Bangkas Loma Sabino, Advisor, Professor Maria Victoria Espaldon. Mr. Jobert Gulfan Longboy, Advisor, Professor Rodel D. Lasco. Mr. Badi Raimundo Samaniego, Advisor, Professor Rodel Lasco. Mr. Noel Garcia Sabino, Advisor, Professor Virginia C. Cuevas. Mr. Michael Sapunto Sanchez, Professor, Advisor, Professor Maxima E. Flavier. Mr. Julius Alfonso Castro Sabularse, Advisor, Professor Antonio J. Alcantara. Mr. Larry Antalan Santos, Advisor, Professor Antonio J. Alcantara. Ms. Marisa Jovellanos Sobramisana, Advisor, Professor Antonio J. Alcantara. For the Doctor of Philosophy by Research in Environmental Science, Dr. Rex Bacaling Dimafiles. Sorry. Advisor, Professor Antonio J. Alcantara and Professor Cubita L. Mobilion. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Extension Education, Ms. Filma Cantor Calalo, Advisor, Professor Virginia R. Cardenas. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Forestry, Forest Biological Sciences, Mr. Joseph Angelus Fraga Palomar. Advisor, Professor Portia G. Lapitan. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Forest Resources Management, Ms. Elenita Licong Racelis. Be assisted by committee member, Professor Mirna G. Carandang. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Forestry, Silviculture, and Forest Influences, Mr. Conrado Cosme Bauidang. Advisor, Professor Roberto G. Visco. Mr. Engelbert de los Reyes Dalican. Advisor, Professor Roberto G. Visco. Mr. Anatolio Narolio Polinar, to be assisted by committee member Professor Willie P. Abasolo. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Genetics, Mr. Elpidio Balyao Basilio Jr. Advisor, Professor Rita P. Laude. Mr. Tamerlane Mark Sharon Nas, Advisor, Professor Jose E. Hernandez. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Nutrition, Ms. Liazel Marinay Atienza. Advisor, Professor Wilma A. Hurtada. Ms. Imelda Olatik Digay, Advisor, Professor Wilma A. Cortada. For the candidates, Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology, Ms. Maria Elena Neira Tanabe. Advisor, Professor Ida F. Dalmasio. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, Ms. Geraldine Pulga Moncada. Advisor, Professor Maria Jeneline Q. Diaz. Mr. Stephen Gubak Sabinay, Professor, Advisor, Maria Jeneline Q. Diaz. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Plant Pathology, Mr. Jian Yuan Yang. Advisor, Professor Edna Y. Ardales. For the candidate, Doctor of Philosophy in Soil Science, Mr. Asmar Hansya. Advisor, Professor Rodrigo B. Badayos and Professor Pearl B. Sanchez. Ms. Setya Sari Girsam. Advisor, Professor Pearl B. Sanchez and Professor Roland J. Buresh. Also to be assisted by Professor Rodrigo Badayos. Now we would like to award the Service Award. Allow me to read the citation. The Graduate School, UPLB, presents the Service Award to Mr. Joseph Angelus F. Palomar, PhD, Forestry, Forest Biological Science, Advisor, Professor Portia G. Lapitan, in recognition of his outstanding contribution, hard work, and volunteer service to the graduate school community, especially to the new UPLB graduate students, and providing valuable support to all graduate school activities that promote the social, cultural, and academic well-being of the UPLB graduate students, given this 24th day of June 2016 during the recognition and hooding ceremonies of the UPLB Graduate School at DL Umali Hall, UPLB, College Laguna, Philippines. Signed, Jose V. Camacho Jr., Dean of the Graduate School, Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., Chancellor. Now, we would like to award the Leadership Award. The Leadership Award is conferred to Mr. Jobert G. Lomboy, candidate, PhD Environmental Science, Advisor, Dr. Rodel Lasco. In recognition of his outstanding commitment and leadership to the graduate school community in coordinating and taking the lead in various activities that promote the social, cultural, and academic well-being of the UPLB graduate students, given this 24th day of June 2016 during the hooding and recognition ceremonies of the UPLB Graduate School at DL Umali Freedom Park, College Laguna, Philippines. Signed, Jose V. Camacho Jr., Dean, Graduate School, Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., Chancellor. We would now like to confer the Academic Achievement Award. The Academic Achievement Award is conferred to candidate Filma C. Calalo, PhD, Extension Education, Advisor, Professor Virginia R. Cardenas. Ms. L.E. Dinampo Lunzaga, candidate, PhD, Development Communication, Advisor, Professor Cleofe S. Torres. To be assisted by Dean Maria Teresa Velasco. Ms. Melanie B. Ocreto, candidate, PhD, Agricultural Engineering, Advisor, Professor Arnold R. Elepaño. Mr. Noel G. Sabino, candidate, PhD, Environmental Science, Advisor, Professor Virginia C. Cuevas. And now, to receive the Academic Excellence Award, Ms. Adelisa A. Dorado, candidate, PhD Agricultural Engineering, Advisor, Professor Engelbert K. Peralta. For obtaining the highest general weighted average among graduating students of a regular PhD degree for academic year 2015-2016, given this 24th of June 2016, during the recognition and hooding ceremonies of the UPLB Graduate School at DL Umali Hall, UPLB College Laguna, Philippines. Signed, Jose B. Camacho Jr., Dean of the Graduate School. Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., Chancellor.
Distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Chamnian Yosraj, Chancellor Fernando C. Sanchez Jr., members of the Board of Regents, officials of the UP system and UP Los Baños, faculty members, families, friends, and fellow candidates, a pleasant afternoon to all. I am honored and humbled to address you on behalf of the graduating doctoral students of Class 2016. While working on my dissertation, I learned about making things smaller, then putting them back together to finally come up with things that are better. Looking back, it was quite funny that while I was doing my study, my 6-year-old son was also doing his own dismantling of toys into smaller parts, then combining parts from different toys to finally produce a totally new toy. Although, more often, it does not come out to be a better toy. I cannot do anything but to simply smile and marvel at this dismantling of toys because while studying in UPLB, I was freely allowed to explore and was taught not to be afraid to try new ideas. This is the kind of innovative spirit I have learned from UP, which my son has been practicing ahead of me. Innovation is considered as a vital key to be able to compete successfully in the global economy. With the innovative spirit that UP nurtured in us, we are expected to actively contribute to the competitiveness of the country. My dissertation was on the emerging field of nanotechnology, where things are 1 million times smaller than a meter. Although I'm not sure if this is the same technology that Stan Lee used for Ant-Man, as what my son kept asking me and begging to use on him so that he can become a superhero. In my work, I explored the properties of individual materials at nano levels to be able to better harness their strengths so that once combined, better materials will be produced. This is the kind of advanced knowledge and skills that I am grateful UPLB has given me, which I'm sure my fellow candidates have also gained and are thankful for. I'm also sure that my fellow candidates have worked and more advanced studies than my own, which is the proof that UPLB is helping in continuously building a strong and competitive nation through these advancements. As in my nano study, UPLB brought out the best from each one of us, from the rigid trainings and challenges we have faced, so that once we leave the university, we will be able to work with others to form a stronger society, not to work on our own, but to work with others. In our quest for higher learning and more advanced technologies, let us not, however, forget to work for the betterment of our more needy countrymen. Let us always uphold what the oblation represents. President Umaba, in a joint session of Parliament of India, said, and I quote, "Today, India is a leader in using technology to empower farmers, like those I met yesterday, who get free updates on market and weather conditions on their cell phones. I hope we can do the same for our poor farmers." Finally, my fellow candidates, I hope to see you in the future full of love for the endeavor you have chosen. As what Steve Jobs said in his commencement address at Stanford University, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as years roll on. So keep looking until you find it. Don't settle. And if I may add, keep on innovating. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat.